It looked like gentle comedy set in the rolling hills of Yorkshire. But behind the laughter of Last of the Summer Wine are dark truths you never expected. Fact 1.
How can you rely on the judgment of anybody who always heads straight for Nora Batty?
When Last of the Summer Wine premiered in 1973, BBC executives were sceptical. Ratings for the first episodes were modest at best. Some at the network wanted to cancel it immediately. The pacing was considered too slow for a mainstream sitcom. Even the Yorkshire setting was criticised as too regional. Roy Clarke, the creator, begged for more time. He believed the characters needed space to grow. The BBC reluctantly ordered a second series, and that decision saved the show's future. By the third season, ratings had doubled. Audiences fell in love with the gentle humour and countryside charm. The slow pace became the show's signature. It stood out from other British sitcoms of the era. Without that second chance, the show would be forgotten today. Clarke later said the early threat haunted him for years. He called the renewal a miracle of patience. Sometimes the best comedies need time to breathe. This brush with cancellation shaped the entire legacy. It taught the BBC to trust subtle, character-driven comedy. Fans have that decision to thank for decades of laughter. The show's quiet beginning became part of its myth. It's proof that classics aren't always instant hits, that second series created TV history, and it nearly never happened. Fact 2.
That's what they told me on my wedding night.
Peter Sallis, who played Clarke, was the only actor to appear in every season. Even as his health declined, he refused to leave the show. By the final years, his voice had weakened. Producers recorded many of his lines separately in a studio. Sallis wanted to honour fans by staying to the end. He became the heart of the series, and his gentle performance grounded the comedy. Crew members often helped him on set during later years. He saw the character as part of his own identity. His dedication inspired the entire cast. Sallis called the show "my second family." He believed leaving would let the audience down. The final episodes were written to accommodate his energy. His quiet presence became more poignant over time. Fans appreciated his loyalty to the role. His commitment symbolized the show's spirit. It wasn't just a job, it was a lifelong bond. Sallis's final scenes were filmed with care and respect. When he passed in 2017, tributes poured in. He was remembered as the soul of the sitcom. His legacy stretched far beyond television. Dedication like his is rare in entertainment. Without Sallis, the show wouldn't feel complete. He stayed until the very last laugh.
Keeps a warm welcome, your relative.
Fact 3.
Have a look at it. It's graceful.
Last of the Summer Wine was famous for its slapstick. Bathtubs on hills, runaway bicycles, and muddy crashes became iconic. But the stunts were far from harmless. Many were done without professional stunt doubles. The actors performed most of the physical comedy themselves. Several suffered bruises and sprains over the years. Bill Owen, who played Compo, was particularly fearless. He insisted on doing his own stunts into his 60s. One scene with a runaway bath nearly caused serious injury. The crew often had to improvise safety measures.
Geronimo!
Yorkshire's steep hills made filming unpredictable. Weather conditions added even more risk. Despite the danger, the physical comedy became a trademark. Fans never knew how real the falls were. Behind the laughter were aches and bruises. The cast joked they earned every laugh in pain. Some stunts were so risky the BBC considered banning them. But Clarke fought to keep the slapstick alive. It balanced the quiet dialogue with visual humour. The danger added authenticity to the chaos. Compo's fearless antics became TV legend. It's proof that gentle comedy sometimes comes at a cost. The show's physicality hid a darker reality. Every tumble carried real risk.
Do you want to have a look in my matchbox? Here, look. Oh!
Fact 4.
Come swim with me, and between us we'll raise a pair of kippers.
Bill Owen's portrayal of Compo was pure joy on screen, but behind the scenes, his final years were marked by illness. During his last season, he was battling terminal cancer. He insisted on continuing despite pain and fatigue. Owen believed the character deserved a proper goodbye. The cast and crew kept his condition private. Only close friends knew how serious it was. Many of his last scenes were filmed in short bursts. Scripts were rewritten to accommodate his health. Despite everything, his humour never faded. He cracked jokes between takes to keep spirits up.
Get off me, Steph! We're all right. She's in a good mood.
The final episodes with Compo carry extra weight. Fans later learned the truth and were deeply moved. Owen passed away shortly after his last scenes aired. His dedication left a permanent mark on the show. It gave Compo's exit a bittersweet resonance. The character and actor became forever linked. His colleagues called him a true professional to the end. Owen's work ethic embodied the heart of the series. It showed comedy could be born from courage. The laughter masked incredible strength behind the scenes. That final season remains one of TV's most emotional farewells. Compo's last laugh was also Owen's gift to the audience. It was comedy made through love and sacrifice.
It's all coming back to me, that old black magic. Where's the mistletoe? Mistletoe!
Fact 5.
With a bit more practice, though, Ludovic, you'll be there in no time.
Running for 37 years, the show faced unique problems. Keeping the tone consistent across decades was difficult. Writers had to evolve humour without losing charm. Actors aged into their roles in real time. Some characters were replaced over the years, others were written out due to passing away. The continuity was both blessing and curse. Fans grew attached to every detail, even small changes caused reactions. The production became like a living organism. Yorkshire's landscape became a character itself. Filming permits had to be renewed constantly. Budget constraints shifted across eras. New generations of viewers discovered it mid-run. Clarke had to write for multiple age groups at once. He said keeping it fresh was the hardest job of my life. Yet the show maintained its gentle tone. That consistency was part of its magic. The long run created a shared national memory. It became more than a sitcom, it was cultural heritage. But behind the charm was relentless work. Longevity came at the cost of constant adaptation. The result was a one-of-a-kind achievement. British TV has never seen anything like it since, and likely never will again.
An ejector seat.
Fact 6.
Oh, no!
Several cast members endured loss while filming. Some returned to work days after family funerals. They said the show's humour helped them cope. The set became a place of comfort. Roy Clarke rewrote scripts to ease their workload. Fans never knew the weight behind the laughs. The cast described it as therapy through comedy. Even during hardship, they delivered joy to millions. It created a deep bond among the actors. They supported each other like family. The gentle humour felt healing on and off screen. Yorkshire's calm countryside mirrored that solace. Clarke said the show carried both laughter and pain. The audience felt the warmth without knowing why. Behind the smiles were real stories of resilience. That emotional truth gave the show heart. It wasn't just acting, it was life bleeding into art. Comedy became survival for some cast members. Fans sensed the sincerity behind the humour. It made the show's kindness feel authentic. Even light comedy can hold deep shadows, and that's what made it timeless. Fact 7. Last of the Summer Wine isn't just long, it's historic. It holds the Guinness World Record for the longest-running sitcom. No other scripted comedy lasted 37 consecutive years. The record solidified its place in TV history. Fans celebrated when the record was announced. Clarke said it was both humbling and surreal. The BBC used the record as a marketing tool. It attracted a new wave of viewers curious about the phenomenon. The longevity became part of the show's identity. It symbolised consistency and national affection. Holding the record wasn't planned. Clarke joked they just forgot to stop making it. The milestone was celebrated on set with champagne. The cast saw it as a tribute to the audience's loyalty. Very few shows become institutions like this. The record is unlikely to be broken. It represents an era of television that no longer exists. Streaming has changed TV's lifespan forever. Last of the Summer Wine stands as a relic of patience. Its gentle pace outlasted decades of trends. The record isn't just numbers, it's cultural history. A quiet little sitcom became immortal in the books, proof that small stories can leave giant footprints. Yorkshire's hills will forever echo that laughter.
Ha ha! No, that's terrific!
Fact 8. The iconic theme was written by Ronnie Hazelhurst. Its gentle melody became instantly recognizable. But it was composed during a difficult time in Hazelhurst's life. He was coping with personal loss while writing it. The music's bittersweet tone came from real emotion. Hazelhurst wanted it to sound wistful but warm. He believed comedy should carry humanity. The tune became one of British TV's most loved themes. Fans said it felt like home. Hazelhurst later revealed the personal story behind it. He said the music came from a place of healing. The melancholy notes underlined the show's gentle humour. It perfectly captured nostalgia and friendship. Clarke credited the music with setting the tone. The theme became inseparable from the series' soul. Hazelhurst considered it his proudest work. It proved music could tell a story without words. Even today, the first notes evoke emotion instantly. The sadness beneath the warmth gave it depth. It showed comedy can carry quiet poignancy. That melody became part of British cultural DNA. A simple tune born from pain became pure joy. Fact 9. After nearly 4 decades, the BBC decided to end it. The decision wasn't due to ratings. It was still popular with millions. But executives and Clarke agreed it should finish gracefully. They didn't want it to fade or lose quality. The final season was written as a farewell. Cast members were emotional filming the last scenes. Some had spent half their lives on the show. The ending avoided grand finales. It kept the tone quiet and gentle. Fans appreciated the understated goodbye. Clarke said, "We left the characters where they belonged." Yorkshire itself felt like the final character. The show ended with dignity and love. It avoided the mistakes of dragging on too long. The finale honoured both cast and audience. It left space for nostalgia rather than fatigue. Ending on a high note preserved its legacy. Fans still revisit the final episodes fondly. It proved knowing when to stop is an art. The show's end was as gentle as its humour. A perfect goodbye to a national treasure. Fact 10.
Have a look at it. Graceful.
After the show ended, some cast members quietly met again. They gathered in Yorkshire without cameras. It was a private reunion to celebrate their shared history. They visited iconic filming locations together. Local residents spotted them and spread the news. The BBC later aired a special using behind-the-scenes footage. The reunion brought back memories for millions. Fans said it felt like coming home. The cast said the bond never faded. Yorkshire's hills carried decades of laughter and tears. The reunion was emotional for everyone involved. It reminded the world of the show's heart. Friendship was always its true subject. The private gathering turned into a public tribute. It showed the show was more than TV. It was family. The reunion cemented its legacy once again. Even without scripts, the chemistry remained. The hills echoed with laughter one more time. It was a quiet gift to loyal fans. Some things never truly end. The summer wine kept flowing in spirit. That reunion was proof of timeless connection.
I don't think I'm in the mood to be clouted with a yard brush.
Bonus fact.
It started undoing me blouse.
Your button was sticking in me ear.
At the height of its popularity, the BBC considered a film. Scripts were drafted for a big-screen adventure. The plot would have taken the trio abroad for chaos. Locations in France were scouted for filming. But budget concerns killed the project. Clarke said he was relieved in hindsight. He believed the show belonged in Yorkshire. A movie risked losing its quiet charm. Fans later discovered the unused script in archives. It became a cult curiosity among enthusiasts. Some lines were recycled into later episodes. The abandoned film became part of the show's legend. It showed restraint can preserve legacy. Not every success needs expansion. The hills of Yorkshire were the true star. Keeping it small kept it special. The Unmade movie is a what if in British TV history. Sometimes the best decisions are the hardest. The show remained pure to its roots, and that's why it lasted decades, a film might have broken the magic. Its absence preserved the heart of the series.